What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or not. Depending where, but hope it's awesome. And yes, we're back at it again today. It's been a while. It's been over a week since I came on live. It's nice to come back. Got re-energized. Crazy 2 weeks of just soccer, man. Football, soccer has just been crazy with the kids. But good to be back here. Very, very predictable of what's going to happen here. I mean, anytime Trump comes out here and starts talking about tariffs, starts to create sort of a tariff war, which is what's happening right now. We know the playbook. The playbook's out there. The playbook's been out there since April, since Liberation Day, back in April of 2025. And so nothing is like crazy to see. I mean, like I think this is like super predictable of what's happening here. And now it's just a matter of trying to find the bottom to put a long position in and ride it up. And I do think that a lot of these things are coming down. We're going to find certain levels here to put a long ins, and the longs are going to come back. We saw yesterday this thing came down pretty hot. Markets came out a little rough. People were freaking out, and the markets took a big dip. I mean, XRP went down to 185. Bitcoin dipped down back into the 80s. You had Ethereum dip back down, and so people were freaking out. And we hit sort of some liquidation levels, and we bounced back. And now we're coming back down again because of all the rhetoric out there in regards to Trump. But before we jump into all the news out there, I do want to say what's up to the A team. I haven't said what's up to you guys in a long, long time. We got Mr. Nacho in the house here. What's up, man? We got Rob the plumber. What's up, my guy? Good to see you, dude. Just Maui's in the house here. Adam, what's up, buddy? I think we're definitely going to see 170 for XRP. Maybe. I mean, shit. It is exhausting, just Maui. It is exhausting. I was over, dude. What's going on, man? What's this? Who's this? Hit that beer. I appreciate you, man. Frankfurt, what's up, man? Tony Punch in the house here. What's up, man? Good to see you. Outdoor Nature Show. Good to see you, dude. Robert's in the house here. Who else we got? We got Pipeline. What's up, Pipeline? We got, hey, what's up, Andrew B? Good to see you, buddy. We got Tall Paul, Cool Cat, Griff, Crypto Kyle. What's up, my guy? Good to see you guys. Remove the word tariff. It's just a war at this point. It kind of feels like that, right? We got Ashley in the house here. What's up, Ashley? Good to see you. Crypto Keeper Joel. What's up, buddy? Poppy, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We got Ian in the house here. Appreciate you guys. Tobias, what's up, man? Tommy Savage. We got Anthony Hawkins. What's up, buddy? Chris, good to see you, man. Jessica. Everybody smash that like button. Yeah, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys a ton. Selmo Fudd, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Hope all is well, man. Who is this guy? What's up, Will? Good to see you, man. All right, let's jump into it. We got some things to cover today. Got some things to talk about. Obviously, the cryptocurrency market is down. We've taken a pretty big hit. This thing was back up to almost 3.2 or about roughly 3.19 trillion. It was climbing nicely. Now back down to 302, looking like it's going to dip back down into the $2 trillion market cap, $2.9 trillion market cap. You can see the fear and greed was actually looking pretty good. We're getting back into the 50s almost earlier last week. Now it's dipped back down to 42 as of today. You can see the liquidations on the markets are crazy. Bitcoin dropped back into the 89,000 mark. Ethereum back below 3,000. You can see right here, XRP has dipped below the $2 range back into 190, looking like it's going to hit maybe 185 again. Solana continues to fall past the 130 marker. A lot of these things are down here. Our baby Hedera continues to slide down the rankings back to 10 cents, 10 cents 5. Kind of crazy when you look at that. I mean, World Liberty Finance is going to basically jump over Hedera. Crazy to me, but I mean, look how far we're down, dude. Sui's down 17%, Avalanche 16%, 11% for Hedera, 13% for Hyperliquid, 21% for Monero, right? Monero is trying to make that run into the top 10 there, got a little hit a little wall there, but 21% down for Monero, knowing that Monero is actually a pretty good crypto to probably buy. I mean, this is one of those where you're going to probably leverage and or make some pretty good moves on if you can. I mean, it's a pretty big dip on a top tier crypto at this moment. So even at 8%, almost a 9% there for XRP is a really, really good purchase. But stock markets continue to dwindle, as you can see right now. I think at one point this morning, I saw that the Dow was down almost 750 points. Now it's kind of recovering to 672, not really a recovery, but obviously this is down because of the whole Greenland thing. I mean, Greenland has kind of put this whole thing on the map here. We're talking, he's tariffing the entire European Union, 25% tariffs on everything due to the Greenland thing. He came out today and said that he was going to put a 200% tariff on the wines coming from France because of the president of France denying the board at the peace table for Gaza. Just crazy things going on here. But this is exactly what happened last year when the whole tariff thing came out. The whole market just took a crap off the tariff stuff. So like this is what we should expect. Anytime Trump utters tariff, we should expect the markets to do this. And We know that we have the Supreme Court's coming up here making a decision on this. They pushed it off again for what's going on the fourth time now or third time that they push this off. So we're going to probably continue to see that get pushed off. I don't know what's going to happen with the Supreme Court. It's actually the odds of the Supreme Court ruling in favor of Trump is actually getting better the longer they're pushing this out here, meaning that they're having open dialogue and discussion about whether he has the means to push these tariffs down people's throats. And again, whether you think it's right or wrong, that's up for you to decide. I think it's a good tactic to use to make sure we're not getting screwed. But the whole Greenland thing's kind of crazy, right? I mean, we're just going to start taking over countries. I get that it's for America's, national security. I get all that, but to send this down the Dutch's throat is kind of crazy. But hey man, to each your own, right? It's going to happen no matter what. Nothing we say or do can change what's going to happen here. We could all be in protest of it. We could all be upset about it. We could be happy about it. Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do, and America's going to do what America's going to do. And I mean, we're all just sort of sitting here, just sort of waiting to see what happens. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm just here to try to make money out of it. I can't change what they're doing with Greenland. I can't change what Trump's going to say with tariffs. I can't change any of that kind of stuff. But what I can change is continue to follow the markets and continue to put my money where I think I can actually make some returns, which I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to leverage the markets when I feel like I need to leverage the markets, which have been successful, and we'll continue to ride the wave of that. I mean, this is very, very predictable. I mean, almost to the point where it's so predictable, it's like easy money, like super easy money. Just over the last probably, I don't know, maybe 4 days now, just the up and downs of the markets have been like super easy to ride out. And so some people obviously maybe not jumping in because maybe fear of what's going to happen here. But if you're following the trends, you're following the 4 hour, following the day, I mean, it's very, very predictable what's happening here. It should have been short in the markets. Markets came down, hit certain numbers. If you're putting in your stop losses, you're putting in your take profit zones, you shouldn't have any problems, any issues whatsoever. Dude, the U.S. has long seen Greenland as a vital for the defense of the mainland. I would agree. You know what I mean? Like, what's coming out of there is, I mean, there's 50,000 people living in Greenland, and it's so funny. They put out this here, the Danish came out and rallied this morning in protest of the United States taking over. It's 50,000 people living in Greenland, giant piece of property out there that, basically, if you want to say the Russians or the Chinese can get their hands on it, probably. And so America doesn't want that to happen. It's very close to home, very easy for things to hit the United States. And so if that's what they're arguing, I don't know. I just don't think that hopefully people aren't hurt over it. Like, that's all I care about. Like, whatever happens is going to happen. And we'll see, dude. But Outdoor Nature Show, thanks so much for the $5 gifted $5 to the member. Look at that, dude. 5 memberships coming out here, already hot right here with Outdoor Nature Show. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. If Outdoor Nature Show gifted you a membership, please say thank you. And those 5 new members, welcome to the A team. Appreciate you guys, dude. Every major company has tried to buy Greenland, but nobody was ever serious until now. Yeah, and now it's kind of hitting the tabloids, right? Everyone's kind of freaking out. We're not going to even get into the whole Omar stuff, dude. That's some crazy stuff going on there, dude. Initially, I thought the tariff tactic was a good idea, but I was informed about how it truly affected American citizens. There has been a study: 96% of Americans have paid most of the tariffs. We probably have. I mean, to some degree, but we're always going to pay. We're always getting the short end of the stick, dude. Like, that should be a normal thing. I mean, I think we should all realize, no matter if it's our local taxes, our federal taxes, our sales tax, whatever it is, we're always paying something. I mean, it's so it's like. It's like I was discussing with someone. We were talking about the kids, and I was just saying, like, we were talking about airfare and stuff like that. And it was funny. I always, now having twins, like having twin girls, and like I already had a son, then I had twins. Like, I already started like every double of everything, dude. I've already was paying double of everything. So like nothing's a shock to me because I'm already like, you're double everything as it is already. So I kind of already worked it into my life. To where, now, like, if it's an extra 10 cents, I'm probably not sweating it now because it's like I've already worked in having twins and trying to work in double everything for them. So it's like, paying a little bit of extra. Sometimes I'm just like, it is what it is. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? Not feed your family, not buy the clothes that you need? I mean, you're going to do it. So now it's just a matter of let's make some money so that, let's actually go out here and make some money so you can actually go and maybe afford the things that you feel might be tariffed to a certain degree. But I mean, I haven't really felt the impact. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe you guys have, and tell me if you have, but I personally have not felt the impact of a tariff. Like I haven't felt it. So Yeah, kind of crazy. But this is wild to see. And you can see right here, the S&P 500 has erased $861 billion from the market value opening today. This happened obviously because of the whole trade wars that are happening. Kind of crazy. Austin are shopping for chairs. Yeah, I'm definitely not shopping for chairs. The Greenland stuff is not amusing. Other countries are taking it seriously and making serious consideration to cut off severely diminished trade deals with the U.S. I don't think. I mean, the thing is that the whole world relies on the United States. Like I think we all know that. And it's funny because like who do you think defends Greenland? The United States. Who do you think defends most of Europe and spends most of the defense spending is from Europe? Is the United States. Who defends Canada? The United States. Like it's just crazy to me. Like everyone's gonna make a stink about it. That's fine, make a stink about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, like who's actually defending everything? It's the United States. Who's funding most of everything? The United States. Who's making sure that everyone's going out there and getting their donations and having these look what's happening in Gaza, or look what's happening. Look at all the money spent to give all the stuff to Gaza. Look what's happening over to other countries. I mean, USAID showed a perfect example of all the money that was leaving to go out there and fund all these things across the globe. I mean, we're funding a ton of things. So yeah, the argument taking Greenland is mute though, because Greenland and Denmark was never opposed to American troops being there. That's true. I'd agree with that. Do you think XRP eventually will decouple from the traditional stock market? No, probably not. I don't think so. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon, unless they come out with some other things to allow people to purchase it outside of like an exchange, then maybe, yeah. I think if you can start to purchase crypto outside of an exchange or in other ways, or use it in other ways other than through an exchange, then yeah, I think it will decouple. But if you're still using the exchanges as a hub to buy and sell, I don't think it's going to ever decouple. Just like the stock market will never decouple, or any of the things you buy in the stock market, because you still have to go through the New York Stock Exchange, you got to go to the NASDAQ, you got to go to the actual exchange itself to buy it. So it's kind of crazy. And you guys got to wait 1 second. I got to go pay for a plumbing bill. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry about that. Sorry about. I'll tell you guys what's going on with my heat water, my water heater, dude. It's a pain in the ass. But anyways, back to what we're saying here is that yeah. What was I saying? The Trump thing. Yeah. But anyways, okay. So we'll get back to what we're saying here. The escalation in Denmark. Who knows what's going to happen here? I honestly don't know how it's going to work out here. But we know that it's out here. We know that it's obviously a hot topic. We know that it's affecting the stock market. We can see that we're getting hit pretty hard here. The positive side of it is if you're into gold or if you're into silver, things are looking pretty good. Gold futures officially surged above 4,750 per ounce. Again, plus 10% this month. Let's look at silver. Silver also hits $95, the highest price in history. So, I guess precious metals are looking pretty damn good, gotta say. Let's see. Your daddy Trump is about to hit you hard. Energy costs in my state skyrocketed. I haven't had too much in my state hit skyrocket yet, dude. Possible U.S. invasion. There's not gonna be much of a U.S. What like invasion? What's gonna happen? Like all honesty, like what's gonna happen? We go over there and we say we're planting our flag here. Like what would be said? I guess that's a compare. It's like what happens? I mean, people are upset. I mean, it's gonna if they want it, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think the UE members have been typically patient. This is running out. Don't underestimate how big the UE is. I mean, I'm not really too worried about the UE, dude. I mean, honest with you, I mean, they haven't really done a whole lot. In terms of like I'm not worried about France. Like, what is France gonna do? What's France gonna do? You know, I mean, their own countries are crumbling over there. You know what I mean? You go look at just like the politics over there, like their countries are crumbling. I mean, but I think a lot of other countries in UE are going to support America on what they decide for is the best interest for America. Look what's happening now. We get so much money to throw away. The Somalians are just, oh my god, you guys are crazy, dude. It's opened up so many doors here. That code, he needs to take a dump. No. I honestly, I have a guy here. I have a plumber here for my hot water heater. It's like fluctuating. Like it'll go like one day, or sorry, it'll go like 1 or 2 weeks. I'll have like hot water, and then it'll go like 3 or 4 days, and I'll just have like lukewarm water for like 3 or 4 days. And it's super annoying. And so I'm having a guy come out and look at it because I've done everything I possibly could. Like, as far as I can go in terms of like knowing my plumbing, as far as like, circulating and cleaning it and descaling it and doing all that kind of stuff, as far as I can go. And now I'm like, you know what? I don't know what else I got to do. Got to pay the bill. Gold at 4764. I know it's pretty good, right? I have to catch up. I'm sort of behind on you guys right here. That's great. Love life, getting involved. Plumbers, don't be flooding. My FedEx gave me a no warning. I would be charged $106 for tariff bill for return, and now they harass me. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. They actually charge you a tariff bill on that. It's a pretty bad moral outlook. I wonder if that's Austria said. I don't know. France has nukes. They're not gonna like that. I don't think anyone's gonna do anything. Like that's the crazy thing. I don't. Yeah, Europe in general is crumbling. Macron in Davos was wearing sunglasses. Did he just get? If everyone thought like that, where would we be? We'd be world war. I mean, like, I guess if like you're in America, right, Marty? Like, and you think that this is going to help America be better in terms of security? Like, what can be said then? I mean, like, if that's where we think that we need to go out and secure something, just like Venezuela, right? I mean, they went out and took out the leader of Venezuela because they didn't want China or Russia in on that. Same with Greenland, right? They don't want Russia or China in on that. So, I mean, as an American, I guess if really that's the issue is our own security here in America, like I guess I got to be for it, right? I mean, I want my kids to be okay. I mean, I don't think that, like, I think that's a positive thing. I like how Trump promises 2K stimulus check instead of we're fighting for Greenland. I don't think the countries will support a hostile takeover of Greenland. I don't think it's going to be a hostile takeover. That's the thing, is I don't think it's going to be hostile. Like, I don't think there's going to be zero hostility about it. Like, that's the thing, is like, I don't think it's going to be a hostile takeover. Like, people are saying that. That's what the tabloids are saying, but I don't think that's going to happen. If you have oil, it could be a clump of shit in the pump from the tank slug. I have gas. I don't have oil for that. Yeah, I have gas. Greenland Prime Minister tells population prepare. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Thermostat and heating elements are probably going out. He said that was he said there's a regulator in there to like keep your water, heating and cooling levels at a certain level, and sometimes it like will trigger, and then it causes you to like have cold, kind of warm water for a while. And he's like, you don't need it. I'm like, okay, well then we just take that dang thing out. Don't limit your challenges your limits. Lower thermostat and limit switch on your hot water. Right now, I think my hot water is at 120 right now. So yeah. Do you think it's better to take care of the U.S. before doing stupid stuff like that? Well, I mean, if they think that the national security is like one of the top things for America, then I mean, I guess that's what they're going to do. Like I said, we can all, like I said, people can get mad for me saying this, but I mean, it's just protect your pocketbook, man. At the end of the day here, that's all you can do. I mean, you could disapprove of it and be upset about it. And like, yeah, it's maybe you agree with it or don't, but I mean, I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to try to focus on, what I can do to better my life. Had some problems, replaced both, and it's been strong for 7 years. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. I probably just need to replace it. I mean, they're not that bad. They're like $800, not too bad. But you can see right here, liquidation. Look at the longs, dude. In the last hour, longs are getting obliterated, dude. The ratios are crazy right now. The 4 hour sitting here at 276. The shorts are sitting here at 27. Look at the 12 hour though, 447. And even the 24, 629 longs liquidated to 60 million shorts liquidated. Like, this is going to flip, guys. It's going to flip. So again, looking at long positions is kind of where it's at, dude. So thoughts on Cent and XL? Yeah, I looked at my wallet. My wallet's getting obliterated. I was I haven't really talked about it. I haven't really, I've been trying to not look at it because it's been pretty bad. And obviously, when you start to look at it and it's not looking too good, you don't want to like say anything things too negative. But yeah, I mean, you can see that Sentinel's down roughly what 16%, XCL is down 20%. I think people are exiting positions, and it's kind of whatever reason is the reason. It sucks to not sort of hear a whole lot. I've been seeing people post on X, which is great, right? People are out there posting on X, and yeah, my investments are down pretty good right now. Still holding on to all of it. Haven't sold. And yeah, I just remember my coin tracker pops up, and it's funny. My coin tracker will pop up and it'll tell me like, "Hey, you're down," or "You're whatever it is," and so I'll see it, and I'm just like, "Gosh, yeah, it's taking a beating right now for sure." So I hope that the team out there, comes around and does something, as far as communication goes, and as far as actually following through with what they said they're going to do. I mean, that's the biggest thing. So still a show of power. The UE is weak. They stopped Russia if they weren't too busy. You guys are crazy, dude. Dude. Wow, just now on stage, the Danish Emmy. It's funny because the people can posture all they want, dude. People posture all they want and can say whatever they want about President Trump, but I mean, President Trump's going to do. We all know that whatever I mean, he's going to do what he wants to do. What he thinks is in the best interest of America, he's going to do. Just like any other president out there. If they think it's in the best interest of America, they're going to do it. And this is the first time in my life I consider leaving the U.S. Why? Why are you going to leave the U.S., dude? Like the U.S. is still the best country in the world. Like, where are you going to go? Like, where are you going to go that's better than the United States, dude? Like, that's a crazy thing to say. Overtaxed, underpaid, and no hope for buying. But where are you going to go that's better? Like, that's the thing. Like, people leaving. Like, where are you going to go that's better? That you're not going to get taxed. You think going to like England, you're not going to get taxed? You're going to get taxed even worse. You're going to go. You don't think you get taxed over in South Korea and all these other countries and Japan? You think they're going to open the doors to you and like not make you pay your dues? Like, and plus, it's not even it's not even free speech over there, bro. I literally saying we can just invade countries because we want to. That's wild. No, I'm just saying that. I mean, if they're saying that they need it for national security, what's going to happen, dude? I mean, what's going to happen? Like, I mean, what are we going to do? Like, I mean, if we want to take over Gaza, I'm sure the United States would take over Gaza. If they wanted to, plant a flag somewhere else, they'd probably plant a flag somewhere else. Like I said, dude, I mean, I just don't know. I just don't think like why don't they just build a base there instead of like taking over? Would just build a base like that. That'd be my thing. If it's that big of an issue, just make an agreement, with Denmark and just build a giant base out there. That's just do that. But I mean, I missed the first part of your live. Why are we dumping? I mean, a lot of it has to do with the Greenland and Trump tariffs. I mean, that's a huge thing. I mean, just this alone, the Trump Greenland and the tariffs coming out here, charging. There's going to be a battle. It's going to be a huge battle. It's going to spark a trade war. I mean, that's kind of what we're sitting here talking about, is a massive trade war. But this is pretty crazy, dude. First crypto president took office. Since then, BTC is down 12%, ETH down 5%, XRP is down 40%, and Solana is down 50%. Other large caps are down 50 to 60%. Mid caps are down roughly 70 to 80%. And small caps and memes are down over 90%, dude. It's kind of crazy, dude. It's kind of crazy to think that. When we first came out here, we were like, new crypto president, like first crypto president, he's all on board, and it's been downward since. I mean, since he came on board. Oh, honestly, like, again, you can hate or love Trump, but I mean, if you're investing in these things, it kind of is a drag, right? I mean, you're kind of like, yeah, dang. But if you're in the stock markets, it's not too bad. If you're buying gold and you're buying silver, you're sitting in a really, really good spot. So if you're actually invested in the stock market, you have like Tesla, Nvidia, any of those kind of things, like you're sitting pretty. So it's like, yeah, you could be upset about the Bitcoin and the crypto, but your other investments could actually be sitting pretty well too. So it's kind of a weird way to look at it. Austin, let's see, the press secretary about to be live. A lot of watching, man, pretty big. We'll see what happens here. Like I said, I mean, I'm not doing the whole politic thing here. This is what's caused the markets to go down, dude. And if the United States decides to go over there and take Greenland and plant the flag, I mean, yeah, markets will probably continue to not look too hot. People will probably be pissed about it. Who knows what's going to happen from a global standpoint? I don't know, The Danes and the rest of Europe have no military. That's why they begged for the U.S. to pay for 90% of the UN's budget. It's pretty crazy when you think about that, right? I mean, the what they I think they have. I think Greenland has what roughly. I mean, what did they say? Greenland's population's like roughly 59,000 people, right? Isn't it like 59,000 people, 56,000 people? Um, yeah, and I think I think Greenland's military size is 200 people. Like, I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? I mean, they have 200 people. That's their that is Greenland's military. 200 people. They have 56,000 people, and then they have roughly 200 people in their military. 57,000 people that live in Greenland, and over 200 militaries, or 200 people in the military. You mean just like every other dictator? Well, I mean, I think that it's not like any other dictator because how much does Russia pay for UN security? How much does China pay for UN security? How much does Russia pay for helping out other nations? How much does China pay for helping out other nations? Like I don't consider that the same. I don't consider them the same. Um, like no one else does what America does in terms of on a global scale. You know what I mean? And regardless of who's the president, like it doesn't matter. There's a ton of people who are spending a ton of we're all taxpayers spending a ton of money to go overseas and spend on a ton of these other things, defense bills, to pay for other people's. I mean, you saw it. You saw all the stuff that came out with Doge, with the Department of Government Efficiency. They dropped a ton of stuff that we were paying things on. Look at the stuff that we're paying here now with all the fraud. I mean, it's insane, dude, how much money is actually coming out here. And it's pretty wild. Gotta say. All right, hold on one second. I gotta go talk to the guy again. Hold on, uno momento. All right. People are spoiled. Fox One don't have to make announcements every day, but at least when the entirety of the community wants answers, the project raises a lot of money. Oh, you're saying the Fox One? Yeah, I haven't even kept up with that, dude. I'm not even in the Telegram or any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I haven't followed up on any of it. Not FUD. Do you think that the Monster FEG at 128 have orders in at 175? Oh, we're talking about the fair value gap on XRP. Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty big fair value gaps down here. Let's go to the daily, dude. You can look at here's XRP. You got some pretty big fair value gaps. Here's one right down here from roughly about 176 all the way down to about 155. This is the one you're talking about here. There's another one down here. You're hoping that they don't come down there, but I mean, this is starting to trend downward. You're kind of hoping that the floor is sitting here around this. You can see we hit down at 178. We hit here multiple times. You're kind of hoping that we maybe found a floor to build back up again. We're already down at the bottom here on the day chart, which is really good. I mean, if you're following the day, the 12 hours at the bottom, the 4 hours at the bottom, the 1 hours, coming back down. The weeklies has now made a reversal coming back down here. You can see the MACD. Let me get your comment out of the way here. The MACD's made a little bit of a reversal here. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to sort of see how this plays out. But I mean, like, I think that we're kind of hopefully sticking around. I mean, hopefully sticking around this 187. But I mean, we'll probably, if anything, we do come back down on bear markets and tend to hit, right around the 200 moving average, which is sitting here around the 140 marker. So, I mean, 128 is kind of far, dude. But I mean, hey, you never know, dude. I mean, at this point, we'll have to see how it comes out. There's a lot of data suggesting that the markets could take a shit, and there's a lot of data out there suggesting the markets, are in this hold motion, and going to eventually go up. America is now a rogue nation. I don't think it's a rogue nation, dude. I mean, I think that I don't think it's a rogue nation. I think that there's just a lot of people that are not agreeing with Trump, and there's a lot of people that agree with Trump. That's kind of where it's at, dude. I mean, we're kind of in a way we're kind of we're at a crosshair right now. I mean, there's a lot of civil unrest, that's for sure. We left there for a reason. Breaking Trump to hold a press conference at 1 p.m. or sorry, that's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what? Here in about 30 minutes. Come to Portugal, safe country, and people are kind. Yeah, I heard Portugal is actually really nice. We have a base in Greenland. I know, but I'm saying make it a bigger base. Like if it's not big enough, make it bigger. Like or expand out. Like I mean, if you need whatever you need to cover, dude. What's up, Exio Mafia? Good to see you. Dumping because people are selling homes for silver. That'd be kind of crazy, dude. We have a base in Greenland already. But I'm saying like like make a bigger base. I know we have a base in the Greenland. I'm saying make it bigger, make it expand. Put your defense that you need in or certain areas. Like I'm sure Greenland would probably work with you since 1947. I think it's part of NATO and deal for the U.S. Time to buy. Yeah, it's kind of looking at that. Austin should sell my XCL on cent now. I'm down all profits. Going anywhere, Austin. Be Austin, please. Are these two going anywhere? I mean, yeah, I'm still. I'm still holding mine, hoping that it's going to do what it needs to do. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm still holding mine, but I won't tell you what to do. I mean, you got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's best for you. I've always said that, dude. Like, do what's best for you, and what makes you happy. UN should just be disbanded. The Greenland explanation makes no sense. It's like Venezuela with the drugs again. Yeah. Crypto capital of the world. We should have made him clarity, the meaning of that. We should have actually made them put the Clarity Act through. That should have been the first thing on the freaking agenda, man. Is there 2 islands between Russia and Alaska that are like 12 miles apart? Yeah, there is. There is definitely something in between there. That's for sure. Abraham had over 300 people in his personal army. What's happening with? Yeah. See here. Stretch is only 12 miles. I think it's like, yeah, isn't it right there close to? I think it's right there. I think right on the cusp of it. Isn't it like really really close? Cool cat. Yeah, it's something like that. Really? Is that true, Selmo? NASA scientists have found the remains of a U.S. military base buried 100 feet below the surface of ice in Greenland. That's crazy. Can we just open Mars? I know. Not sure you remember my concerns when he was elected, but now I guess it doesn't matter. Truly, look at this madman in control. I mean, people are going to feel the way they're going to feel, dude. Like I said, it is what it is, dude. I'm not here for the politics side of it, to be honest with you. I mean, this is what's causing the markets to go down. You got to anticipate it. It's predictable, very predictable. We're seeing this happen right here. I mean, anytime he talks about this is kind of where it's at. And the picture, let's see. XC Mafia, make it bigger. They have to ask Greenland and Denmark. Already said that. Yeah. My old lady tells me to make it bigger all the time. There have some corrupt elections. Everything's kind of crazy, dude. If you look far enough ahead, this is all going to happen eventually. Trump wants to accelerate while we have power. Could be. Things are probably going to start to accelerate here. You can see right now, I mean, this is kind of good to see, is that all C's Bitcoin will be added to the government's digital asset reserve. I think this is actually a really good positive thing for crypto. We were all wondering what was going to happen with that. And to see that it's going to come out here, I mean, you got Besant coming out talking about this. I think this is good. I think it's good for crypto. It's good for Bitcoin. I think any Bitcoin being added to the asset reserves are going to be great. And the more Bitcoin that's actually taken over, the better for the United States, better for Bitcoin. And I think a lot of what was said earlier is that I don't think the United States is going to sell their Bitcoin. They're going to continue to hold the Bitcoin. So it's a great floor in all reality. Bring it down. I need buying opportunities, dude. Damn the fudders. Infiltrate. I'm an old school independent. I get behind MAGA. MAGA is not your traditional Republican. Yeah, I mean, we can look at both things. I mean, we could see that a lot of the Democratic Party is no longer the Democratic Party. I mean, there's definitely, in the same with the Republican Party. The Republican Party is not the Republican Party of old, just like the Democratic Party is not the Democratic Party of old. So, I mean, I think we could all agree on that, and it's definitely become more far leaning and left leaning, and we all want to probably be in the middle. So, and unfortunately, we're spreading further away on both sides, right? Democrats are going more left. Republicans are going more right. And a lot of us just want to be right in the middle. A lot of us agree. We could probably all agree on a lot of things that are in the middle. Might have our differences, but I mean, more of us are probably in that moderate level of just being like, hey, we want to be down the middle on a lot of these things, which is what America used to be for a lot of things. So, but this is cool right here. It says, in a terrifying development for the left, which is, again, this Eric guy, he's obviously against the left, but this is a good thing here, because if you watch this out here, but Treasury Scott Bessent comes out and says that they're predicting about a 7% or an 8% GDP growth coming this year. I mean, that's a pretty big growth. I mean, 7 to 8% is insane. I mean, that's a big growth. Let's see. I think in 2025 we're at what, a 3%, 4%. we're gonna double, if not, yeah, we're gonna double. Last 2025 had a 4.3%, right? I think overall, or maybe it was the overall was roughly 2% based on averages. So yeah, closer to 2% was the projected GDP from last year. Um, it says in the third quarter. So yeah, we're talking about 2%. They're talking about roughly almost like multiplying this by 400%. You know what I mean? Going up like 4x. They're 4xing the GDP this year is their goal. Like that's a pretty wild thing. 4xing your GDP growth. That's just this year. Wow. Uh, the new gold and silver tax in Washington is horrible timing after I started making jewelry. I know. Always hitting something, right? Politics is ridiculous. I don't care about politics, but Trump, wow, crazy. This is the leader of our leader country. The Dems and Republicans, all ridiculous. I mean, all sides. Politics are crazy, dude. Like, it doesn't matter. Biden's in office, insane, right? Trump's in office, people think he's insane, right? Biden's in office, people think he's insane. You got, people on the left that are crazy and should not be in the Senate, or should not be should not be in Congress, and people on the right that should not be in Congress. Like, it's just simple as that. Like, I think it's just wild. Like, our political system is just a mess. It's a mess right now. And I don't know if there's anything that can get us out of it. What's up, my batch? Good to see you, buddy. Tony Punch, what's up, man? Without Trump, US would end like countries in Europe. And I would agree. I think that there's some crazy things that have happened in Europe that I would not want here in the United States, for sure. Like, without a doubt. Like, I think for sure, censoring people is insane. I think that taking away someone's First Amendment because they said something that pissed you off, like, that's crazy to me. Like, what was happening under the Biden administration with X before Elon took it over was crazy. Like, you shouldn't be censoring people because they decided to call you a Nazi or that they decided to say that you were whatever it was. Like, that's just someone's opinion. Like, okay, like, why are you so upset about that? Who cares? Like, that's the whole great thing about First Amendments. But some people don't feel, like over in Europe right now, if you put out a bad tweet, they're going to come knocking on your door and put you in jail. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I was just looking at this. Cryptocurrency continues to fall right now. It's probably going to continue to fall even with Trump coming up and talking here in about 30 minutes or so. But you can see based off of our numbers here, let's just go to XRP here. Let's go to the 4 hour. You can see the 4 hour is going to reset here. Haven't quite got there yet. Oops. Let me get this down here a little bit. You can see the 4 hour, not quite there yet, almost to the bottom for the 4 hour. Let's make this a little bigger here. But it's coming down. It's coming down pretty good right now. The 12 hours already at the bottom. We tapped out there, and the day chart's 0-0. So, in all reality, we're pretty damn close. We filled up this fair value gap here on the daily. We're probably pretty close. This could probably drop. If you're going to put in a leverage on this, you probably would want to put one in to where your liquidation price is somewhere down in the 80s down here, maybe in the 70s. So like do like a small margin, or sorry, a small leverage trade, or less of a leverage so that you have a bigger gap for this. Because if it gets past 177, we're probably going to go deeper. That's hit two levels down here that we've hit. But hopefully 185 was kind of our level. And then now we build back up from it. Based off where we're at right now, that's kind of what we're seeing here. You can see that this bottom actually hit down here. And then when this came down, it hit down here as well. And then this low actually came down and hit right here. So, we're at this next low right here. So hopefully we actually have a higher low, and then we build back up from here. So these are kind of the edge. This is kind of on the verge of hitting this. The 4 hour right here hasn't quite came down for this one, or sorry, for ETH has come down. Now you're just waiting for the day chart to either bounce off this 20 marker, which tends to actually bounce off a couple times. Probably go a little bit lower here for ETH. Maybe even come down to like 2,900. Bitcoin's kind of crazy because you can see the day charts are the way down here. But we're talking roughly, what is it? Almost 7 to 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And we're just coming down to this fair value gap at 89,000. So, that's kind of where you want to be. Probably around 89,000, maybe even 88.9. Somewhere in that ballpark, because this could come down here. But the 4 hours at the bottom here, it's been trending at the bottom here for quite a while. So this tells me that we're probably going to have bounce back. This is at the bottom of the 4 hour for a really long time. Like, this is consolidating at the bottom here for a while. So like Bitcoin, I'm probably going to put a long in on Bitcoin, like without a doubt. Like, the numbers are adding up too nicely. When all things add up like this, you got the 4 hour at the bottom, 12 hour at the bottom, day chart at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like 1 hour is working its way down. Like, these are all signs. You got 4 indicators that are all on top of each other looking positive. The only thing that you want to actually look forward to here is, like, let's just take the 4 hour, for instance. The MACD is actually continuing to fall. So wait for this to actually come back on the MACD to where this starts to maybe come back into the lighter red or the pink color right here. And same with the day chart, right? The day chart turned over on the red. We want to actually see this bounce back. So follow the MACD. And when this starts to come back on the next 12 hour, we get a little bit smaller here and not continue to fall. I think you'll be in a good spot. So follow that a little bit. Poor Austin, he comes back from a break and gets vomited on him. Yeah, it's all good, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I said, I try not to talk about the politics side of it, but I mean, politics do play into our finances. Politics do play into what's happening in real time. We're seeing that with the Greenland deal. We're seeing that with the tariffs. We're seeing it with, people, like I said, people love Trump, people hate Trump, people, it's part of the game, dude. I can't believe people in our government that can't speak English and were born here. Let's not go down the one-sided political rabbit hole. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? Like I said, I'm pretty much in the middle with a lot of things, dude. Like, I guess I've come to the realization. I mean, like, and some people say it's a bad attitude, but I mean, what can I do? What can I possibly do? You could be upset about it. You can drain all your energy on it. You could be pissed off and angry and spend all your time on X and be so mad. And that's fine. But like, what is that going to do? What is that going to do for you? What's going to do for your family? It's going to do nothing for your family. You're just going to be a salty person that hates life. And like, I don't have time for that, dude. So I'm going to find the ways that I can continue to make money regardless of who's in power, who's the president, who's not the president, what's going on in the world. All I care about is like, how can I prosper to make generational wealth for myself and my family? And that's really what it comes down to. Reality is what matters. F memes and stuff that doesn't matter. That's true. I would agree with that. It's been a while, yeah, dude. It's been a while. I haven't been on here in almost like 2 weeks. I feel like so kind of rusty right now. But yeah, we're seeing this right now. We're seeing that. Another good thing here is that this is where people are talking about. BTC is 1 day away from the 60-day zone, where previous consolidations turned into major moves. So we are 1 day away. This was posted out earlier yesterday. So today is the day that we can actually make a flip backwards. And I think based off what we're seeing here on the indicators that this could actually happen. This is across from 2023 through 24, 25, and now 26. We go through these 60-day consolidation phases before we actually start to take the next leg up. We're around the 59-day going into the 60-day. So again, another indicator can say that we're going up. And you can also look at, like I said, a lot of these indicators at the bottom right now. This is the chances to put in a long and ride the long out. I mean, again, this can continue to fall. There's still risk involved. Like, let's just not talk about that. Like, the risk is still there. So, be careful for that. And again, only invest what you're willing to lose. I mean, that's a big thing too. We can all agree government on both sides, all countries are trash. Kind of feels like it sometimes. Yeah, I would agree. I'm the only one that loves the mega dip. 100%. People in power are the people who want to power the most. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Austin needs to run for Congress so he can make changes. But that's the thing is, I mean, like, you get to Congress and I mean, you're roadblocked. I mean, I don't know how much things are getting done because you're going to have people that are going to battle your agenda. You're going to there to fight for an agenda and just be roadblocked or steamrolled because of other people's agendas. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a dog eat dog world. I would never want to be in Congress. I would never want to sit and talk and just like listen to some of these people talk. Like, it would drive me nuts. It'd drive me absolutely nuts to listen to people talk about who knows what. I just couldn't do it, dude. It just feels like, it would be a waste of life. I mean, those people have no life. Like, I feel people that are in Congress, like, they think they have all the power in the world, but they literally have no life. Like, they don't see their kids. They probably have no relationship with their kids. They might act like they have a relationship with their kids, but they probably don't. So yeah, that'd be the worst thing in the world. Can someone give me a loan so I can buy, please? Austin, you're all good, brother. Family first. Hell yeah, Tony. Always is, man. Problem is everything has changed, so I believe past no longer predicts the future. I think it has, and there's a good example of this right here. So this could be the first 5-year crypto cycle. So people are actually talking about the business cycle theory is pointing to a 2026 top. So we talked about this. We talked about the manufacturing and the business cycle being consolidating at this lower level all the way from 2023. Even though we've hit highs with Bitcoin, we hit highs with the markets, the business cycle has been cut off. I mean, in all reality, the business cycle has been dismal because of high inflation, right? We want to cut rates. The rates have been high. Inflation, everything's been really poor all the way through 2020, since 2023. Actually, since 2021, all the way through 2025 and into 2026, it's just been a really poor time. And so Here we are, business cycle is looking actually really, really good, and we haven't even hit the top of our business cycle yet. So if we're looking at the waves here, we can sit here and say that, a 5-year cycle could be the next cycle. People were looking at a 4-year cycle. It hasn't moved to a 5-year cycle. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, dude. You see Larry Fink at Davos. Yeah. I think a lot of people go there. Remember when people were hoping for 190 this last time? Yeah, they were. Everyone was hoping for 190, right? That's funny. What's the next support level for H bar? Let's take a look at H bar. You haven't looked at H bar. It's actually at a really good support level right now. It came down and hit these levels right here at 10.3. The lowest level we hit back over here was almost 10 cents, almost exactly 10 cents. We came down, we hit 10.2. We came down here and hit 10.5. Then the other day was the Sunday. We came down and hit this right at 10.3. And it seemed like we're continuing to fall here. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hours coming down still. We probably have some room to come down on the 4 hour. The day charts that they're coming out to the bottom here. I mean, this is an opportunity to put a long in. I mean, I think the longs are coming here. Again, look at the ratios. Ratios are so far off right now. Insane the ratio, how big the ratios off. We're talking a 10x in terms of ratios here. Like, that's a crazy ratio. A 1 to 10 ratio is crazy. I mean, look at the ratio here. 45 million to 1 million in the last hour. 262 million to 18 million. You guys know it's going to flip. Like, it's going to flip. So just be smart about it. Come on, Austin, we need you. I would not make it. I mean, like, the thing is that here in Washington, you have to be like ultra left. You know what I mean? I'm not an ultra left person. I'm a moderate. Like, I'm in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, I believe there's Democratic values I believe in. There's Republican values I believe in. You know what I mean? So, and that does not work here in the United States. Hold on one second. Thank you. Just turn water on for me, yeah. All right, sorry. Plumbing issues. We got the plumber. We're running the water now to try to get it back in the system. Dude, Austin must have eaten Taco Bell. No, he had to replace. He took out the regulator that I was telling you about, and then we have like a little. There's like a little holding tank. I don't know what it is, and we ended up replacing that too. So I bet it's expensive to live there too. Yeah, Washington's not cheap, dude. I mean, Washington's one of the most expensive states to live in now. I mean, since the pandemic, I think Washington has now become one of the most expensive states in the United States to live in. And I mean, now even with the taxes, I mean, I might have to move out of Washington. I've told Fan that already. We might have to make preparations to leave Washington, because now with the taxes that are going to be voted in here, it's just unfair. It's just super unfair. So, probably have to dip out, unfortunately. Sad that, you grew up in Washington, and yeah, I love it here. Washington's amazing, but I mean, from the political standpoint and the taxing, and it's like it'll be one of the highest tax states in the nation, which is just, you gotta look out for yourself. You know what I mean? Regardless of anything else. That's right. Try not to stick your neck out too much, because someone will try to cut it off. I stay out of the political game, but you have to pay attention. Yeah, you have to. You have to. Yeah. There should be two sides. There is always Americans and decisions we made. I let the deers eat my apples. I never know when I might need them. Washington's getting so excited. It is. It is. The states are killing themselves with taxes. They are. It's kind of wild, dude. Income tax is unconstitutional in Washington. I know, but it looks like they're going to try to overthrow that. Now that the Democrats here in Washington, um, they own both the Senate and the House. I mean, they could probably rewrite the Constitution if they wanted to now. What state would y'all move to? I don't know. It's be tough, man. Because anywhere you go, you're kind of like, you ready for a Washington millionaire tax? I know. You should move to Montana 0% sales tax. Yeah, but what's the income tax, and what's the capital gains tax, and like all that kind of stuff? Like, there's, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking at. Idaho's nice, and too far if you have family to visit. screw staying out of it. Trump wrecked this bull run period. It's never ending with him. We'll see what happens, dude. I mean, I think the business cycle come back. You got, again, you got Scott Besson coming out here saying the GDP is going to grow by four times this year, is what he's projecting. You got the cycles coming up here. You got the business cycle that is consolidated here. So like this is a good indicator that we haven't actually reached certain levels. So that's positive. Then you can see everything shifted over, right? We've shown you this whole psychology of market cycles. And it's funny because what we were hoping for was going to be the optimism and the growth and all kind of stuff. It basically shifted now. So people were just shifting charts over, and now we're in this whole like this disbelief, where everyone's kind of upset, and that's kind of where we're at. The really will fade like the others, and then we'll go into this hope phase again. So this is where people are hoping that we're at now, which again correlates back to this 5-year cycle. Now we're moving back to this. So people are thinking top of 2026 could be the top of the bull market. Again, well, I guess we'll find out. You know what I mean? What's going to be crazy is that people, when the markets start to rally back, people that are angry right now and upset right now, they're going to be coming back and saying they're so excited, and vice versa, right? The people that missed out, they're going to come back and be upset. Like we're going to see this cycle again. This is a very, very normal thing to see. Okay, hold on one second. Thank you. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. I can close the garage now too. All right, cool. Have a great one. Can you go? All right. Sorry about that. Ready to rock and roll now. All right. Austin, I'm afraid you totally unreasonable expectations. I know. You got to be positive. Hey, guy, you got to have some positivity, right? I mean, I can't always be negative. You got to be positive and try to look for the upside of things. Even when Biden was in office, right? I had to look for the positive side of it too. Put the trust around. Okay, the real Trump speech live. President Trump declares war, national emergency. U.S. Shut up, dude. Is that real? Are you messing with me, dude? All right, I gotta pull this up now. Now you got me all freaking the press conference with he's talking here. Let me get the. I gotta Let's go tab. All right, hopefully you guys can hear it. All right, here we go.
This problem.
I guess we'll find out now. What's
killed somebody. And these are rough people. These are not. This was all allowed into our country
Austin
through
speaking.
open borders. These dumbest policies. Men and women's sports is dumb, but to me, having an open border for the world to come in, drug dealers and prisoners. Venezuela, as an example, opened their prisons into the United States. That's why one of the reasons I felt so strongly against Venezuela. Now I'm loving Venezuela. They've been working with us so well. It's been so nice. And an unbelievably nice woman also did a very incredible thing, as you know, a few days ago. We're talking to her, and maybe we can get her involved in some way. I'd love to be able to do that. Maria, maybe we can do that. But we're dealing with the people and the president and all of the people in Venezuela, and we've been doing great. The oil companies are getting ready to make massive investments there. They have more oil than even Saudi Arabia. There you go. These are real. These are rough one. This is all Minnesota, every one of them. This is one state out of many. And these people are, let's see. Yeah, these are all. So
You just chucked it
I
on the
will read
ground.
you a few. We ended Biden's stagflation. We were in stagflation. That's a disaster. That's far worse than inflation. As you know, he had the biggest inflation in the history of our country. They say 48 years. Pick your choice. But they had the biggest inflation in the history of our country. We have it right down to a normal number now. We're going to get it even a little bit lower. Created super high. What we've done with growth is incredible. We created super high economic growth, and America is booming. It's booming. There are thousands of
Outdoor Nature Show. Thanks so much for the $10 super sticker, man. I appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much.
countries. They're leaving other countries. Fourth quarter GDP is on track to pass perhaps much more than 5% growth, and that's despite the fact that we had a Democrat shutdown. They shut down our country, and we had 5%. Nobody's in this room has ever heard about 5%. I think it could be 20% if we do it right. If we don't, every time we have good numbers, they raise interest rates. You shouldn't do it. In the old days, if you had good numbers, they'd lower interest rates, or they wouldn't do anything. Here, they try and kill it. They always try and kill success. Over the last 20, 25 years, that's the way. In the old days, if you had good numbers, the market would go through the roof. Today, if you have good numbers, the market goes down. But by the way, we've had the best stock market in history, the best 401ks in history, and we inherited a mess. The numbers that we inherited were way up, and now we brought them, almost all of them, way down. We brought them way down. I mean, I'm not getting. Maybe I have the bad public relations people, but we're not getting it across. We inherited high numbers, and we brought them way down. And look at gasoline. They have places in the country now, $1.99 a gallon, $1.99, $2.30, $2.50. I guess the average now they're saying is $2.31. I mean, he was at $4.50 and $5 for periods of time.
I will say diesel has gone down, dude. Diesel's almost to $4 here in Washington. I was kind of blown away by that.
Really went back to parts of it because you would have had $8 gasoline if they didn't. But he didn't do it properly. He had people that didn't know what they were doing. Core inflation for the last 3 months.
NX Journey. I was just fact checking it, and this actually came out by CBS here. CBS came out and posted some numbers out here, so I'll even give you the CBS side of it. And I mean, pretty crazy when you look at the numbers. I mean, he's not far off in terms of where it was at, dude. I mean, this is obviously CBS hates Trump, and right now you can see that. I mean, Biden was up to 8%, and now we're back into the threes, dude. So I mean, like, you know, it is kind of crazy to think about that. I know people don't want to see that, but I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's true.
Record highs during the course of the 11 months, because this was done on 11 months. Now we are actually officially 12 months as of today. 52 all-time record highs. That means 401ks did great. I have people see me all the time, policemen that guard us really well, and got to know them a little bit. And they said, "Sir, you're making me look so good. My 401k is through the roof. My wife thinks I'm the greatest genius, and I'm a financial genius, like Warren Buffett." He told me that. He said, I think they have better returns than Warren Buffett right now. But he said, all my life, my wife has been criticizing me for not being smart financially. Now, all of a sudden, she loves me more. but we added $9 trillion in value to retirement accounts, saving many people. I mean, they were going out of business. Think of it. We added $9 trillion of value to retirement accounts, savings accounts, and 401ks. That's during the course of 12 months. And I think it's probably 11 months because I don't think they have it for the 12. They have it for the 11. Added
289.
$9 trillion of value. Lifted more than 1.2 million Americans off food stamps in 1 year. They would have had another 1.2 million. We would have had, welfare would have gone up. And instead of investing $18 trillion in our country, now it's probably more than that, but 18 trillion and having thousands of plants being built all over the country, you would have had thousands of plants closing all over the country. And you would have had disinvestment, and you would have had welfare going way up. You know, if you look at SNAP, take a look at SNAP, what happened with that? It was at $7 billion, and it came out to over $51 billion. Nobody has ever seen anything like it. The past administration, they had no clue, or they were really bad, but they basically had no clue. But they did have a concept. I mean, they're still trying to sell the idea of men playing in women's sports. You saw that in the Supreme Court. I mean, some of those justices were fighting for them too. They were fighting for them. But you saw that just the other day in the Supreme Court. Men playing in women's sport doesn't work. Secured a record-breaking $18 trillion in commitments for new investments. Apple, NVIDIA, SoftBank, Oracle, TSMC, Johnson & Johnson, Eli Lilly and Company, Micron, AstraZeneca, General Motors, Hyundai, Ford, Honda, GE Aerospace, many, many others. I left a Ford plant a week ago in Michigan that they were going to close 2 years ago, and now they just announced that they're going 24 hours around the clock making cars. Tariffs did it. I don't know what the Supreme Court's going to do. I think to me it reads so plainly. Couldn't be plainer. You're allowed to do a license. Tariff is probably less severe than what a license could be. But think of it. You're allowed to do a license, and then they have a clause at the end, something to the effect, or what is necessary.
Right now, to answer your question here, it says the tariff as of the White House put out as of December 10th that we brought in roughly $9.6 trillion for tariffs. That's what the total U.S. and foreign investment showed, $9.6 trillion as of December 10th. But he's saying 18 trillion. So, yeah,
hurting a lot of people. But we're waiting for that case anxiously, and we have tremendous national security because of tariffs. And tremendous income. You know, we have, and by the way, no inflation. So everyone said, oh, tariffs will cause inflation. We have no inflation. We have very little inflation. Biden had inflation, and he didn't do tariffs. We had a huge problem. We have a 62% reduction in our trade deficit. So if you had a 1% reduction, a normal president would have a 1%, 2% reduction. Everybody would be high-fiving. At a 62% reduction, next year we won't have a trade deficit. We secured most favored nations agreements to slash drug prices by as much. And to me, I think this might be the biggest thing of all. We get zero talk about it. The New York Times had a story way in the back of the paper,
yeah.
A little story about it. I think it's the biggest thing there is. When you talk about healthcare, drug prices will go down more than ever before for any country, because we were priced at such a level that we were subsidizing the entire world, big place of the world. We were paying 10, 12, 13 times more than other countries. 13 times more, not 13%, 13 times more. A pill that was selling in London for $10 would sell in New York for $130. It's 13 times. More than that even. But we secured most favored nations agreements to slash drug prices by as much as 300, 400, 500, and even 600%.
I'm all good.
Including with Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Gilead Sciences, EMD, Serenio, and many others. If you look at some of the prices that are coming down, where a price would come down $1,300 coming down to $87. Think of it. So something that was costing $1,300 is now costing $87. And the fake news doesn't want to write about it. That's why I do this. I don't like to do this, to be honest with you. But I do it because
I love you too, man.
Word out. We signed one big, beautiful bill. I call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill, delivering the largest tax cuts in history. No tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. We made interest on car loans tax deductible for U.S. built automobiles only. So if you buy an automobile built in the United States, we're not doing it for Germany and Canada and different places. We're doing it only if it's built here. We want them to be built here. A lot of the Canadian auto plants are closing and they're moving into the United States. Same thing with Mexico, same thing with Germany, and same thing with Japan and other countries. They're moving into the United States because of tariffs, because they don't want to pay the tariffs. It's too much. They can't pay the tariffs. So they're coming here. Nothing different than what other smart countries did, but it works better for us. Under my leadership, it's not done properly, but it's done properly. We have, again, more plants being built than at any time in the history of our country. Passed the largest spending cuts in American history, and that was true in my first. We had a tremendous first term also. We rebuilt our military. We had one of the best. We had the best economy in the history of our country, but we're blowing it away now. When this stuff starts opening up, you're not going to see anything like it, probably.
I will admit that he keeps saying the same thing over. I actually want to know. I might have missed it if he's going to talk about Greenland. Like, I want to know. I honestly want to know, like, what's his step forward? Did he? Maybe I missed it early on. Maybe he said something early.
27%. And that's with all of the things we have to do, all of the people we have to put on the payroll to get rid of people that are murderers. Again, when you see people in Minnesota that are murderers, these people are fighting to keep them there. And I say to Christie and to Tom Homan, the great people, they're working so hard. Look at the border. The border is now secure. First time, Biden said you couldn't do it. You need legislation. I had no legislation. I said, close the border. Within 1 month, we had almost nobody coming in. Now for the last 8 months, nobody came into our country illegally. And I find that hard to believe, because you'd think somebody, because it used to be millions of people just poured into our country. And the people that do that are Democrat sort of aligned. So, I mean, they're not doing me any favors. We had nobody come in. We have a very strong border. We have very few people coming up. They're not going to make the trek because they know they probably won't be coming in. So it's not as hard as you think. But I didn't have to go back. Remember, they said, we need legislation to close the border. They had millions of people coming in a month. We have nobody coming in, and we're getting the murderers out. Murderers, people from prisons and jails. Many countries opened up their prisons and dropped them into the United States. Those are the people we're getting out. And we have a lot of heart. And I said, you got to lighten up on this. We have a lot of heart for people. They came in illegally, but they're good people, and they're working now on farms, and they're working in luncheonettes and hotels.
Adam.
And we're not.
Yeah, sometimes he goes down some rabbit holes for sure. There's no doubt about that.
And I think it's very important. I mean, every once in a while you see a story, we take somebody. He should be out because they came in illegally. So in theory, they should be. But we're focused on the murderers, the drug dealers, the mentally insane. We have a lot of mentally insane killers. I mean, you can't even talk to them. It'd be nice if you could have a little reason, but you can't even reason. These are seriously ill people. You have a couple of countries where they were loaded up. Their mental institutions and insane asylums were loaded to the gills. They couldn't get. They're empty now, but they're filling up because we're bringing them all back. We know where they came from, and every country accepts them. Under Biden, they wouldn't take. They had so little respect that they'd bring them there, and they wouldn't take them. They said, "Get the hell out of here." They would be bringing a plane in to land in a country, and they'd put 5 planes on the runway so you couldn't land the plane. So they'd come back with the people that they were bringing back. They don't do that with me. They do that with me. They have problems. They don't do it. They accept them back. They're not happy about it, but they accept them back. cut a record number of regulations. I promised to eliminate 10 old regulations for every one new regulation. Instead, we cut 129 old regulations for each one added. Think of that. I want to do 10. My first 4 years, I did. When we put on a new regulation, you had to cut 8. This year, I said you have to cut 10. Instead, we cut 129. So every time, so far, can't remain like that. I don't imagine. I hope I can, because we have so much wasted regulation, stupid.
It's actually funny reading the comments.
Regulations where they go by California, which is a disaster state, with a governor that truly is doing a bad job. He's killing that state. If he ever ran the country, this country would be Venezuela very quickly. Using tariffs slash the U.S. trade deficit by an incredible 77%. The trade deficit is down, and that doesn't include the last month where we had our best month. We slashed the trade deficit by an incredible 77% in 1 year with no inflation, something that everyone said could not be done. So we had essentially no inflation. In fact, the last month we had almost no inflation. But we slashed the trade deficit by 77%. If you slash it by 1%, that was good. Again, we did that with tariffs and intelligence. We did that with November 5th, great election. We secured historic trade deals to reduce barriers on U.S. exports with countries covering 40% of all U.S. trade. Think of that. American exports are up by more than $150 billion this year. People said, oh, we're not exporting. All we do is buy. If you keep buying, you're not going to have a country for very long. So we increased exports by more than $150 billion. Investment in American factories is up 41%. That's a record. Nobody goes 41% up. You go 2% up, 1% up. You go down by 3%. If Kamala got elected, the 41% up would be 41% down. We removed over 200.
Markets are starting to climb a little bit, so I mean, that could be some positivity here.
So we have, we announced our unemployment numbers, call it unemployment or employment, and they were very good. But we could make them great. But we've slashed tremendous numbers of people off the federal.
Appreciate you being here, Guy. Yeah, I know some people are stepping away. Appreciate you guys. I'm streaming it. I usually don't stream this stuff. This kind of guy, I should probably just not even focus on it. He's not really bringing anything out there that doesn't really help. I'll probably end up getting. I'll probably stop streaming it here. Let's actually focus on some crypto here to end the day. To end the stream here at least. I know that there's a couple things I wanted to share before we end here. He's not really sharing anything that I really care about right now. But you can see right here, this is the inflation. This actually came from CBS right here. So CBS came out here and showed that, I mean, Trump is right. I mean, CBS hates Trump, by the way. But I mean, you can see the inflation that came up here. I mean, the numbers don't lie. And you come over here and we do know that we're roughly in the 3% mark right now, below the 3% marker. So that's a positive at the end of the day. I mean, we have come back down to good levels, the highest levels of where Biden or Trump was in his first term. So kind of crazy when you look at that. It's good to see that the rates will be coming down. I think rates coming down are going to be huge for crypto overall. And you can see right here, panic rates to set up here. Gold is surging to a new all-time high. Gold, silver setting into an all-time high. But every time we have this correlation here, and I think that this continues to surge, Bitcoin goes down. When gold goes up, Bitcoin goes down. We see that all the time, dude. Agreed, this is not good for your channel, bro. Yeah, it's good. Like, politics is part of the financial network. I mean, when you look at finances, like, obviously what comes out of the White House plays major into what we're investing in. I mean, so like, you're going to have to talk about Trump. You're going to have to talk about the Democrats and Republicans. Like, it's all part of it. Like, you just don't want to get too much into the weeds because there's a lot of people here that, don't like Trump. People here that love Trump. And, and really we're about, like I said, and some people might think that I come off a little, like when I say that nothing that we can say or do, because really, I mean, what can we say or do? We can vote, but how much does our vote matter? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, depending on where you live. But I mean, the biggest thing is just try to find the areas where you can make the money for yourself. I mean, it sounds a little selfish, but Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. I mean, in all reality, Austin streaming the president, big deal. Yeah, I know. Let him run his channel. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important that we listen. I mean, even if, when Biden talked, I would come on. I always put on when the president's talking about something, but I mean, he's talking about the same stuff we already know. Nothing out there. I thought it was going to be mostly around Greenland and the Greenland deal, or what we got going on with there and the tariff. Like that's kind of what I was hoping it was about, but it wasn't roughly talking about that. I think that's kind of the biggest thing here. Um, your stream, this makes me want to watch more. Trump's speech, no reflection on you. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. You're good at that. I want to watch both sides. These people, yeah, you're good at that. No, I think, like I said, I think it's important that don't let the politics consume you. I mean, it's really easy to get consumed in X over the politics side of it. What's going on in Minnesota? Like, yeah, it's infuriating. Don't get me wrong. Like, no one wants to see their money spent on crazy things. Like, what's going on with ICE and what's happening over there and what with all that. Like, don't let it take over your mental. Don't let it take over your the mental side of your brain. All right, just like literally just don't let it take over yourself, dude. That's all I can say in a nice way. Just don't let it take over your mind, dude. It's just gonna make you go crazy. Yeah, I saw it live. Clickbait channel. Oh, you're good, bro. Where do you stand on Greenland? Like I said, I mean, like, yeah, appreciate the donation or the super chat there, Adam. Like I said, I mean, it is kind of I mean, it is kind of crazy to think that like we would go. I would much rather, if we're gonna get Greenland, that there's a deal made. Like that's the first thing. I don't think invading Greenland's the best idea. Like I think that's crazy. Like I said, we already have a base there. Just expand the base, expand your reach to make sure that we're protected here in the United States. If it's really about national security, just spread the reach, right? Make an agreement with Denmark and Greenland to extend the reach, or open it up to putting more people there or whatever. But I mean, like I told everyone at the end of the day here, I mean, if Trump's deciding, like the United States government's going to decide what they're going to do, regardless of what the people say. Because there's a lot of people out there that are for going and taking Greenland. There's people that are against it. But who am I to say what's going to happen? Or I mean, even if I say, oh, I don't think we should do it, and he decides to do it, like what am I going to do at the end of that whole thing? So, I mean, you just kind of like, okay, well, hopefully, like nothing bad happens. Like, hopefully, like I mean, there's 50,000 people that live there. They got 200 people in their military. Like, even if like the United States went over there and said, you know what, like we're taking this over to ensure national security. Like, what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know. What you just streamed just helped your channel. We'll see. I don't know, man. We're all on a team here in the USA. The sooner we all realize that, the better. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have. I mean, I do think that there's a lot of people here in the United States that don't like the United States. I mean, we just had someone say that they wanted to leave the United States. They wanted to renounce their citizenship. Like that's crazy to me. Like, why would you ever want to renounce your citizenship? I mean, I still think, regardless of what's happening, I mean, America is still one of the best countries in the world. Like, name another country where you can have the Second Amendment. There's no other country out there that allows the Second Amendment like we do here. Even the First Amendment. Go try to express your First Amendment in Japan. Go try to express your First Amendment in the UK, or your First Amendment rights in South Korea. Like, you got to get permits to do that. To even express your protest in South Korea, you got to get permits. And if you protest without a permit, you're going to jail. Like that's a crazy thing to think, right? So regardless of what anyone thinks, I mean, and feeling Trump in office or Biden in office, America is still the greatest nation in the world. There's nothing that's even close to it for me personally. Like, I would never, I'm proud to be an American, regardless of Democrat in control or Republican in control, because, we do have a constitution that allows us we wake up and we can do whatever we want to do. As long as we're good citizens, as long as we pay our taxes and we do the right thing and we're good people, we can wake up and do whatever the hell we want to go do. We can go travel to, a different state. We can go and gamble. We can go and do whatever we want to do, as long as we're good people. Like, not a lot of other people get that opportunity. So, I mean, you go to Russia, you don't get that opportunity. You go to China, you don't get that opportunity. Where else you're going to go? You go to Europe and you say something wrong, you're going to get arrested. I mean, that's crazy to me. I mean, I just think that we're still like one of the greatest things in the world here, and like nothing can change my mind on that. I would never renounce my citizenship, dude. Like I said, I'm super proud to be an American, regardless of who's in office. I don't watch you and other crypto channels help. You and other crypto channels help. Okay. I know, I appreciate that. I don't think we really invade Greenland. We're not going to invade Greenland. That's a crazy tabloid, dude. There's no way you're invading Greenland, dude. That it's not even an invasion, dude. I mean, they have literally 200 people in their army. Like, what are you invading? Like, that's a crazy thing to think. You know what I mean? We didn't even look what happened with Venezuela. We didn't even invade Venezuela, and we got everything we wanted out of it. Like, that's a crazy thing to think about. I mean, like, you don't think that Venezuela is literally twice the size. It's literally, I mean, it's probably like 10 times the size in terms of population and people and military and all that kind of stuff than Greenland is, and even Denmark. So, or the Netherlands. I mean, that's just, yeah. If you are stronger than someone, you can hurt them against their will. That is a thing. Physical possible. Yeah. How much more bloodbath are we going to eat? Yeah. Let's look at the chart here, because you can see right now the markets continue to slide down, but the shifting is going to happen here. Look at the last shifting; it's gotten less, right? Less ratio here, even a less ratio in the last 4 hours. The ratios have come down. So the shift is happening right now. I mean, this is probably. Let me go back and look at the charts here. We're starting to come back slightly, just a little bit here. Over the last hour, you can see we're just barely in the green here, but we went back up to 190, and now we're coming back down. So we'll see what happens here. The 4 hour or the 1 hour still has to come down here. The 4 hour is bottoming out here. The 4 hour is over here in 31 minutes. So the new 4 hour is going to form here. We'll probably have a new leg. We'll probably bottom out here with the 4 hour. And this next 4 hours is probably going to tell us a lot of what happens here, dude. UK sucks. How much? Yeah. 100%, as long as your intent is pure and good and spread the help of others, everything will be just fine. I agree 100%, dude. And as much as like I said, Ultra Journey, like as much as people think that Trump's crazy, like what was happening with the Biden administration was just as crazy. Like I think if you can agree that, okay, let's just say that I'll just for shits and giggles, I agree that Trump is crazy, right? Well, I look over at the other side and I'm like, what happened with Biden and Kamala in power was honestly crazier. Like I think like having a guy that was literally had dementia and had an auto pen, like we know that actually occurred. Like that's crazier to me. You had basically the cabal that was running the United States. You didn't even have you didn't have a president of the biggest, the biggest country in the world, most powerful country in the world, didn't even have a leader. Like that's crazy to me. So like, yeah, you could say Trump's crazy, but what was happening with the Biden administration is even crazier because of that. You know what I mean? And then we do know that like our borders were being invaded. Like we do know that. You know what I mean? That's crazy too to me. Like that's I mean, I saw it happening here, in Washington, and it was nuts. It sucked. We just stand alone, democracy around the world, but there's many other countries that have issues with democracy. It is crazy, right? Agree, Biden was crazy as well. Yeah, and so it's like, it does kind of suck, right? You can only vote for two people. That's usually where we are, and unfortunately it kind of feels sometimes that we are a bit of a uni party. I mean, look what's happening with Congress. I mean, Congress does feel like a uni party. I mean, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I mean, that's kind of where it's at, and it's an unfortunate thing. So they got an old guy who had a bit more pep in his step. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, you can only, at the end of the day, I mean, what else do you vote for? And if you don't vote, then you can't complain. Like that's one thing my grandfather always said to me, dude. Like he would always say, you have to go out there and vote. Even if like, you like someone or don't like someone, or you're on the fence, like you have to make a decision, because if you don't vote, you can't say anything. You can't complain. You have no say now in anything that happens because you didn't vote. You decided not to do that. So if anyone that didn't vote, you can't complain on what happens. And so I've always remember him saying to me as a young kid, and I still to this day remember that. And I'm like, dude, that's so right. Like you got to decide who, like the lesser of both evils, right? You got to decide which one's better at the time. Again, I vote. I told you guys, dude, I've voted both Democrat and I've voted both Republican. Throughout my times of voting, I vote what I think is best for the country at the time that the voting happens. Like I'm very independent when it comes to that. There's a lot of things I lean left on. There's a lot of things I lean right on, but and then you look back and you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have voted like that, at this time, or maybe I should have voted for this. And so it's kind of crazy when you look at it like that. Read both sides are the same. They are the same. And it sucks, dude. Funny Sentinel won't show us in our wallet amounts anymore. They can keep with all the selling because it's junk. Yeah, is it going down, dude? I love your dad. He's so grounded. My dad. He's pretty. He's the one that got me in the mentality of like, dude, just like don't get caught up in the bullshit when it comes to politics. Like, don't let it ruin your life or run your life. Like, just go out there and try to make money for your family. Just go out there and try to that's really what it comes down to, and just do what's best for you. And I think that's a good mentality. I know people think that's a selfish mentality, but what else do we have? What else do we have? Like, what else is there? I mean, we could sit here and complain and be in a high, we could be in this chamber, where we all disagree and agree, but at the end of it, it doesn't matter. If you think the two-party voting system is a sham and that leaders are selected, not elected, then no vote is your vote of protest. I mean, yeah, and that's if you believe that, right, Davey? If the voting thing, but I mean, that's all we have is voting. So what else do you do? Fake news. You have no say whether or not you vote. Yeah, but like I said, at least you can say to yourself, like, "Hey, I voted." You know what I mean? And who knows if that vote went through? Who knows if it really did? Like I said, who knows? I don't know. But I know myself. Like I know, like my integrity is like, hey, I voted. I put this in there. I went in there, physically voted. I checked the boxes, and I walk out there knowing who I voted for and what agenda I was jumping on board with. So like, and yeah, does it go all the way through? I don't know. Yeah, you're there's no like 100% validation on that. I have no idea. Since dropping further, yeah, I met your dad. He's great. Yeah, you did. My dad. Yeah, he's a really base dude. I mean, obviously he grew up on the West Coast. I mean, he grew up in Los Angeles. My dad's. Yeah, I mean, he's honestly one of my rocks, dude. When it comes to just thinking and all that stuff, I think it's important. But yeah, my parents never told me who they voted for growing up. We never talked politics. Yeah, it's crazy. We didn't talk politics a lot as kids either, dude. Honestly, we didn't talk politics at all. And it wasn't until it probably wasn't until Obama. Honestly, it was probably when Obama or when Hillary. It probably when the shifting in my timing. It was when Hillary and Trump, 2016, right? That was kind of the shift when like things really started to go haywire. And I think we could all agree that that's probably when things started to really get a little bit chaotic. Was the Hillary and Trump in 2016. Yeah, I think that's kind of, for me personally, that's kind of where it kind of went haywire. Soccer story time. Yeah, dude, my daughters did phenomenal, dude. Lexi's the only one that played. She played almost 2 years up. She played for the 2015s this last weekend. And I mean, I'll share some of the clips with you guys, dude. But I mean, like, she is, oops, that's the wrong one. She was playing, some of these girls were huge, bro. I mean, they were playing girls that were almost 2 years older than her. And she played against one of the best teams in the state, dude. And she did phenomenal. She played against one of the best teams in the state. This right here is one of the best teams in the state, Pac Northwest. Huge girls, dude, and like almost like I said, 2 years older than her. She's 9. These girls are pushing 11, and you can see it. I mean, you can see it with just their size, their physical size. But like, here's Lexi's right here. This is Lexi right here, and these girls look how big these girls are, dude. She's not even up to their shoulders. And this is one of the best teams in the state, dude. Like, it's crazy. She did good. She did good. I mean, she's trying to figure it out herself, and she maybe dribbled a little too much. She got fouled pretty hard right there. But I mean, these girls were huge, bro. I mean, boom. But she's a trooper, dude. Like, honestly, I'm not sharing my screen with you. Am I sharing my screen with you guys? Can you see that? Let's see here. Let me stop sharing here real quick. I'll share this to share the entire screen here. Yeah. So, yeah, she's huge, dude. Like, I mean, let me go like this, add to stage. So she's right here, obviously. Look at these girls, dude. Look how big these girls are. She's putting them on skates. She's got them going. She's working hard trying to find the opening, where to pass it. But she gets fouled pretty hard. Boom. But I mean, like, the good thing about Lexi, though, is that she doesn't give up, dude. That's one thing I love about her the most. Is she does not give up, dude. She will not give up at all. She'll fight through any. If she loses the ball, she's gonna fight through it, dude. But yeah, it's pretty. Again, this is like one of the best teams in the state for RC out of the ECNL side. So, they're big girls. So she's still trying to figure it out. But I mean, look at these girls, dude. They're huge. But yeah, they didn't win. They didn't win any games. You know, they fought through it though. But I mean, she's and they have her at midfield. You know, which is tough on a 9v9. I mean, it's a big field, dude. Playing midfield. You know, there's some things where she like dribbles into some things. You know, but I mean, there's a couple other takes that she takes. I mean, she does a really good. Like I said, if she loses the ball, dude, she's gonna fight you. She's gonna fight you tooth and nail to get that ball back, and that's what I love about her. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty crazy. I saw a documentary the other day about some military base. That one girl is like 21, dude. Some of these girls are huge, bro. Like look at this girl right here. Like she's up to their shoulders, bro. Like literally up to their shoulders. These girls are almost as big as me. Like they're like 5'6". Like they're like my son's size, dude. Like she got her pretty good right there. I'll admit that one. She got her good. This girl's like one of the she's really good. This girl in the headband right here. But see, she'll dribble into some trouble. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to make your own offense. And there's another clip up here. These other girls, like you'll see this one here. I'll play this other clip here because there's another girl right here. She was playing these girls. These girls are, dude, even bigger, man. These girls are huge, bro. And she was like fighting tooth and nail with these girls. Like look at how big these girls are, dude. She's right here. And she just fights, dude. She'll just fight, and get the ball. But look at that. She's not even to her shoulder. So, I mean, I had to give her some credit, dude. She worked hard. I mean, playing 2 years up is tough, dude. At this age, playing 2 years up is tough. And what made me really happy, she puts nice little moves on these girls. Like look at that. Look at the size right there, you guys. Look at that, guys. These are top teams in the state right here. And she's out there battling 2 years ahead of her. But and like I said, I love her. I love her fight. She's not gonna give up no matter what. She's like, you know what? Okay, I'll chase you down now. All right, you're gonna run. I'll chase you down. Yeah, she's the. These are just little highlight clips. We gotta, but like she's has a little motor. She's gonna keep going and getting everyone's little lane here, dude. She's like a little. She's gonna continue to fight through these people no matter what. She gets fouled pretty hard. I think one of these she gets fouled pretty hard. She gets hit pretty hard. But what made me proud out of this one, out of all games, dude, is that her speed, dude. I know that her speed has like she has picked up massively on her speed, dude. Like picked up massively, good footwork. Yeah, see, she's still fighting. Like, look at that, dude. Even after all that, she's still coming down fighting to get in the mix. You know what I mean? To like help make sure defensive wise. So she's playing offensive and defense, and she's just nonstop. That's one thing we got to work on right there. You can see right there. That's the biggest thing out of all stuff. This is a really good touch to open space, but her touch is just off. It's just a little too hard. So this is what we're going to focus on going into this next is cutting to open space like that. Like really good idea. She just touched it a little too hard. So we got to get closer to. She did that like 3 or 4 times in the game. So we got to work on. That's one thing we're going to work on big time going into this next month is that right there. Like that right there. See that touch? Like she has a good idea, but her touch is just a little off. But see, she's gonna fight these girls to get that ball. I think she gets fouled right here. Yeah, boom. That's awesome. She won't be little for long. Her speed will overtake them. So I'll show you a clip in here, dude. One of their fastest girls on the team. And I was so proud that she kept up with this girl, dude. She was playing the defense and she kept up with this girl. She's tired now, right? She's playing midfield the entire thing. This is the all first half right here. And you can tell she's getting tired. Just because I mean, eventually it takes a toll, right? Playing midfield and you're constantly running up and down both sides. That's her save right there. She was goalie. Look at this save, dude. Fantastic save. Boom. That's such a good save, dude. Like she's not a goalie, but she came out there and boom. Like so, yeah, that was a really really good save. But I think the one this is probably her best take of the day right here. I mean, she got on this right here, fighting these girls that are just giants. This best part right here. Get out of here. Then she gets a nice little rollover right there. It's filthy. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was such a nice little clean rollover. So she comes in hot right here. And this girl, she knocks her out of the path. And then right here, she gets a nice little step. She gives a nice little croquette or a rollover right there. Look at that rollover. Boop. And then passes it up. So yeah, very, very happy to see that. But this is the part. This is the day. This is what made me proud to be a father right here for her. This right here. Watch her speed on this girl, dude. This girl kicks it. And look at her catch this girl, dude. This girl's the fastest girl on their team. And she's freaking look at that, dude. Like I was so like, holy crap, dude. Like that girl was the one running everyone, dude. And like Lexi was a good almost 5 or 6 yards behind this girl, sprinting for the ball, dude, and she catches her, dude. And that keeps up with her. Look at that. I was so proud. I was like, dude, I don't care what else happened here. Just knowing that your speed like that, like we've worked on her speed a lot over the last couple of months. And it really showed off in this game to keep up with these girls. You know what I mean? Because these girls are, like I said, 2 years older than her and they're fast. And so it was good to see her compete. And like, look at her, dude. She's a little tiny girl just out there battling these girls, dude. And she get back up, like she's like, you know what, we're still fighting, dude. I'm getting it again. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of kids are doing that these days. This whole tournament, I didn't see a lot of kids fighting like this. She's gonna fight for the ball. Oops. Let's go back a second here. That's what I said. Like right here, that's what I love the most. Is just her fight. She's gonna fight these girls no matter what. Yeah. So that's awesome. I think crypto's over. Yeah. Sorry. End of the stream, dude. First touch is hard to teach. Yeah. I think that's part of the biggest thing is like touching her first. She has a good first touch, but sometimes sometimes she'll overdo it. You know what I mean? She does a really good job of like killing the ball, like that right there. She does a really good job when she kills it, and then makes good passes. But I mean, when she wants to cut it to open space and run with it, her touch is just a tad. Like she just got to work a little bit harder on her touches there. So, but yeah, she did really good, guys. I was super impressed all weekend for it. And she, like I said, she played really tough, dude. And I think there's one more stream here. I'll play one more here. She has a couple good footworks in this one. This is their first game, which was on Friday. She did a really good job fighting these girls. These girls were a little bit smaller, so she was able to compete a little bit more with them, but they were still really, really fast. You still on? Goddamn, I know. Sorry, but like that's such good passing right there. I got to hand it to her. I mean, she get the ball right here. Keeping her head up. Nice feed. Dude, that's amazing. She is a fight. She'll fight if she loses the ball. That's one of the things I love. If she loses the ball, dude, she's gonna fight tooth and nail to get it back from you. This girl right here. So this girl, just give you guys a heads up right here. This girl right here, this number 3 girl, she's right here. She's huge, and she's like one of the best 2015 girls in the state. She plays for Crossfire, and she's one of the best in the state. She's a killer, dude. And like Lexi and her were battling it, dude, and she even skates the girl. Like, boop, look at that, dude, up the field. So I was like, you know what? I mean, for her to keep up with one of the best players, see, she lost the ball there, but I mean, she's fighting through, dude, and I got to hand it to her. gets cut off right there. That girl gets her. Number 3 gets her finally. She had a little handball there. He didn't call it. But, I mean, she has a good little dribble there. She had a little handball right here, but he didn't call it. Nice little touch right here in between people. And then right up there. So, yeah, it was good. She played really well. No way. That's cool. Yeah, that's my daughter, number 3. Let's freaking go. She's good, man. Her leg is phenomenal, bro. Her leg and her dribbling skills are great. Yeah, that was a really really good turn right there. I was very happy with that turn as well. Go back and watch that one. She had a really clean turn on this girl. She runs, and this is the one thing we got to work on too. She runs like right into the defender here. She's got 3 people on her, and she's trying to decide what to do here. And so she just runs right into the defender. But what does she do? She's like, all right, I messed up. I missed the ball, but I'm going to go fight it back against 4 girls. Look at that. Everyone's in there, and she gets it back. She still fights it back and makes the feed. So like that right there, like you can't teach this. You know what I mean? Like this is unteachable. You know what I mean? Just like she loses the ball here. And this is why like makes me the proudest. It's like she's like, all right, I lost the ball, but I'm going to get the ball back. I don't care how many girls are there, dude. We're going to fight for this ball. She's the only one in there fighting, dude, and gets it back, right? I mean, phenomenal. Like that's amazing. I don't care about the rest of anything here. Just the effort and everything is what it's all about. Such good footwork right there. Such good footwork, right? She comes over, sets it up, boom. I mean, yeah, it's great. Right now, Austin, what's better, leverage, XRP on the long? Yeah, probably. I would leverage it on the long too. Yeah, I think making sure you have a small leverage so that you can. Oh man, she skirted her pretty good. Yeah, the parents were pretty excited about this one. She had a little rough touch here, but she made up for it. You know, a little rough touch, and then she skirted that. Oh, almost dropped her. Right, almost got her. Nice little setup. Boom. I love it. Just like dude, I hate when it does that. I'm trying to go slow motion here. There we go. All right. Well, for some reason, sometimes it messes up. But yeah, she did. Oh, now it's not going to play. There we go. You're a bunch of comfortable people. They won't even gather an army to defend their land. We're talking about that. No matter soccer, crypto, politics, life, you are stand up, dude. Love you, my man. I appreciate you, Matrini. Yeah, like I said, you're one of the few people I met in life, dude, and you've always held it down here and always been super supportive, dude. Always appreciate you showing up and showing out, dude. And the folks is how you change the subject, and that's folks how you change the subject, right? You are a proud dad. Love it. No, I do. And you know what I mean, like. It was just really good, dude. Overall, just her heart, her energy, all that stuff is just phenomenal, dude. I love watching it. Watching this reminds me so much of my son's hockey. You got a long ways to go, but it goes fast. I know it goes fast, and I try to soak it in as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I think XRP is a good. I mean, like we're already down here. The 4 hours up here in about 10 minutes. So I was gonna wait. I'm stringing along for the next 4 hours. I want to see if where this hits before we get off. Stuff starting to go up. Time to put the longs in. Yeah, it's starting to look good, dude. Always awesome to be here. I appreciate you, Tony. Yeah, appreciate you, dude. Right now, you're a proud dad. Yeah. That's what I tell my kids. All you can do is your effort. So seeing her keep competing is a good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my batch. That's my biggest thing. I preach to her. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to do your moves. Don't be afraid to like lose the ball because you're going to get it back. You're going to go fight it back, dude. And she does. She does exactly that, and I love it. Real ones flex. Yeah, this is starting to the last hour. Let's see, the last hour is kind of flattening out a little bit here, but you can see the last hour we've been up here. We're looking like we could have a nice little, see the 12 hours, about 4 hours away, 4 hours here in about 8 minutes. So we'll see what that's at here. I think I've already showed them that one, fan. I think I showed them that last week. Yeah, I think I showed them that one last week. The one where she played. I think I showed you guys this one last week, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I showed this last week to you guys. I think I showed you guys this one. This was last week's against the 16s. She skirts these girls pretty bad. Oh, man. I love this right here. I love that one, dude. When she just like sits up there, just her comfort, like she just gets more, she's getting more comfortable, like right here. Look at that, dude. She's like no look, little behind the back, head up. She looks, she's gonna pass, and then just skirts that girl. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. But I think I showed you guys that one. Fan, you here? No, she texts me. She shot me a text. 6 away from 100. Hell yeah, dude. To me, the fight is awesome. Shows heart. Hell yeah, Tim. I'm with you, man. I think that's big. I think it's big. I think heart, fighting and getting the ball back. I think that's such a big deal. But here we go. Yeah, longs should be in right now. I should probably put my longs in. I should probably put some longs in. I'll probably put them on after this 4 hour. I'll probably jump in and get them. Pepe to the moon. Where is Pepe at right now, dude? I haven't looked at Pepe. Where is Pepe? Let's see here. Pepe 18% down. Gosh, dang, dude. Let's take a look at Pepe, dude. That might be a good long. Let's take a look. Might be a good recovery bounce back. Pepe is, 4 hours down there. Day charts, yeah, everything's at the bottom. A lot of these indicators at the bottom. We're primed to bounce back. We're primed to bounce back. And again, it doesn't mean that we're bouncing back to $3. I'm just saying, you get a bounce back, even back up to the $2 range right now with XRP. Even if you get back to the 195, you put $1,000 in, you're probably up almost $1,000. Probably up. Yeah, you're probably close to. If you put a 10, if you put a 15x leverage in, if you put a 20x leverage in at $1,000 right now with XRP, and it goes to 195, you'll probably be up close to 100% on your investment on that one. You'll probably be, if you do a 10x or you do a 10x leverage on that versus a 20x, you'll probably be 195. You'll probably be roughly up maybe $400, maybe give or take. So you don't got to go all the way up to actually make some money off of it. You know what I mean? I'm worried of the late night, early morning dips. Yeah, late night's been rough, dude. After the 4 hours, actually looking good, dude. Hope I hit my long. 189.07. Hope I hit my. Yeah, you're up then. If you hit at 189, you're up almost a full cent right now. So should be sitting pretty good right now. Like I said, the 12 hours at the bottom right now. The day charts actually bottomed out. We were 0-0. So it doesn't stay down there too long. Last time that we bounced back, look at that, dude. Last time we were at a 0-0, which was back over here. We went up roughly from 181 all the way up to almost a 25% gain, dude. Up to roughly 228. It's not saying that's what's going to happen here, but we have bottomed out here on the day chart. So the goal is to eventually bounce back up here. So the 4 hour coming down is looking good. And if we go back and look at the same line here, let's pull up a line here real quick. Let's go back to the day chart. Last time we were actually flattened out right at the 0-0 mark. Let's go see where we're at on the 4 hour. The 4 hour was coming up. So, we're in even a better situation here. So, I think you still have a couple of hours to decide whether you want to where the markets are going to go. It doesn't have to be now. I think we have a couple hours. We're probably pushing sometime tonight. You could still probably jump in and run this up. But right now, things are actually looking pretty good. I think from a standpoint, from that standpoint, we're roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in the red, dude. That's not very often that we stay 7 days. 7 days in the red. Last time we were 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We went up. So we went 7 days in the red, and then we bounced up and went roughly 7% up, which again, on a long would be freaking huge. Last time we were on a 7 day downturn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We went up, right? So, look at the trends, do the math. Right now the longs are going to outrun. Plus another indicator is look at the leveraging right now, dude. The ratios are going to get smaller. These ratios are going to get smaller and smaller. So consider that as well. This little pump because the 4 hours closing it could be. Yeah, that's why I said you got to kind of wait. Got to kind of wait it out here. See what the next 4 hour brings. We'll probably spike back up. It'll be an initial run on this next 4 hour. Let's go to XRP. This initial run will probably, the 4 hour is going to open. Let's just say we open right now. We're going to probably at least run back up to a 191, maybe a 190, almost maybe a 192. We'll probably run back up here, probably to a 190, almost a 192, and then maybe have a sell off. But if you bought in at 189, you go to a 192 on a 20x leverage or 30x leverage, you're probably made $200, $300, $400 on $1,000. I mean, yeah, I mean, technically that's a good buy. I'm at a 16x. That's good leverage. Without US, would EU have Stonehouse Firestones? What's up, F Joe? Can we all agree crypto sucks? Yeah, it sucks right now for sure. And people in the land be productive, of course. Oh, you're saying people that Trump's waking people up and over there. Pepe is in a buy zone. Good, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there only buy, dude. Hopefully at 192. Yeah, $1.92. I think 192 can actually be. It's going to close here. We're 2 minutes away, so I mean, if you're going to ride that, that's what's going to ride. It'll probably run up here in the next hour. We get a nice little rally. It could actually run in the first 20, 30 minutes. Nice to have you back live, my brother. Thanks so much. I appreciate you being here, Tony, as always, man. Hope all is well with you too. I feel like, yeah, I haven't been here for a while, and I'm sorry. Soccer kind of takes over my life. So I spend a lot of time with soccer, as you guys know. So just realize that's usually what I'm doing. If I'm not live, it's because I'm consumed with kids and soccer. That's the majority of my life now. So, and then next week I'll be gone. We'll be actually on vacation. We'll be down in California, spending time with the grandparents and just kicking it down there. So yeah, we'll be down there, and it should be fun, man. Going to go soak in some sun, get away for a bit. We haven't been on a vacation since last year, so I'm kind of excited about that one. I drove 16 hours yesterday to Ohio and back. I didn't even check the charts, and then woke up this morning and said, yeah, that's crazy, dude. So XRP was 211. That's, yeah, it definitely dropped pretty fast. No way. No, sorry. You need that time, brother. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Gonna come see me, huh? Are you down that way, dude? Where are you at, Observer? He loved his time. Come to SoCal. I love SoCal, man. Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley. That's kind of where, yeah, that's where we'll be. Austin, your channel's legit. No matter what you talk about, keep it doing. I appreciate you, Tom Jones, man. I kind of just go on ramble sometimes. I'm just appreciate you guys still show up and still kick it with me. I figure some people are like, dude, screw this. Well, a lot of people are like, screw this guy. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, I do want to shout out to the XCL Mafia and the Cent. I mean, it kind of sucks that they're down. They're getting obliterated right now. Kind of is a sucky feeling right now. Yeah, they're both down almost 20%. Gosh damn, dude, getting obliterated right now. Trying to make a bounce back. Trying to do a bounce back here. Humboldt, California. I'm on my way. Oh damn, we should get together. Yeah, I'll be down. I know because you're in. Yeah, you're down in like San Diego, right? My ultra. You're in San Diego, right, dude? Humboldt. Pull your initials. We the real ones, bro. We always hear. I know. I appreciate you a ton, dude. All right, we just started a new 4 hour, so we'll see what happens here. It did create a fair value gap. Look at that, dude. That 4 hour opened up a fair value gap right here. Let's move close some of these things here. I got some things that are lagging me out here. But you can see there's a 4 hour right here. We can see there's a nice little fair value gap that's going to fill. Maybe we'll come down 189.59 and then hopefully bounce back up and create a nice little wick back up here for a quick return if people are trying to get a quick return here. Laguna Beach. Oh, yeah, Newport. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew you were somewhere down that way. I couldn't remember. San Diego's too far. Was talking about Pepe, so grabbed $100 worth. All right, dude. Hell yeah. Make me sick how like half of Americans don't even want to be there. Just give your green card to people who actually will love to be here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm proud to be American. I would, regardless of who's in office, I would never trade that. I would never, like, that's crazy that people would renounce their citizenship. Like, you know how crazy that is? Like, that's to me, that's crazy. Like, I could not leave the United States. I mean, there's too much to offer, even if things are not exactly how you want them to be. Coinbase blames the bank. Garland House blames nobody. Charles blames everyone. Dude, talk about Charles. Dude, Charles went all in on XRP. Dude, did he get how much backlash did he get? I saw his post about XRP, dude. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. That he went out there and just kind of went crazy. I was like, dude, oh my gosh, man. What should be that should be like illegal to be in America, and then say you would move to another country, leave. These people don't even have passports. I know, yeah, I mean that's kind of what's crazy. LTJ, thanks so much for becoming a member of the A Team again. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much, dude. As always. Yeah, I think you've held it down. I wish I saw the little thing next to your name, but uh, he said we fight the SEC lawsuit. Why did we fight the SEC lawsuit? Yeah, kind of. I mean, kind of crazy when you think about it. A lot of money spent. A lot of money spent on the SEC lawsuit. Got to go. But all right, Z-Goals, appreciate you being here, man. Proud Pop. Yeah, I appreciate you a ton, dude. Like you said, where are they going to go? I am in Canada, but we have our problems as well, but it's still free. Yeah, exactly, Bruce. You're free. You're free to do whatever you want in Canada, right? I mean, you can go and I mean, there's just not a lot of places have that, dude. And so like, I mean, you got tier 1 healthcare, you can go and do whatever you want to go do. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Not Charles' money. Charles said we. Oh, also got some Ondo and Zcash. Yeah, Zcash. Monero. Don't forget about Monero, dude. Monero is actually looking to pop really nice too. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I've been on for 2 hours, dude. I'll be back. I will not be back on tomorrow. I'll actually be away. Potentially, maybe some good news for people. Maybe never hear from me again. I don't know. We'll see. But tomorrow's gonna be a crazy day. So, yeah, I wouldn't say tier 1 healthcare. It's in shambles, but yes, free, but it's terrible. But I was saying like it's like, I mean, you're getting good care. If something happens, dude, you're getting, good. If something significantly happens, like you're getting the best healthcare possible. No joke, serious. Would love to see you guys again. I don't care about politics. Yeah, I know how much politics. I don't judge people off politics, bro. I don't judge people off politics at all, unless like unless like it's like, I mean like unless it's like Antifa or like far right people, like those are craziness. You know what I mean? So, no jokes. Yeah, marathon live today. Rock out. Yeah, you crazy, bro. But yeah, with all that, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, with all that said, we're out. Love you guys. Done. Peace out, everyone.